What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with entry number 26 of the June Vlog Challenge. So that makes this June 26, 2020. How's everybody doing? It is Friday. Hope your weekend is starting off amazing, and I hope that you guys have a kick-ass weekend ahead. So, I just got finished getting a car wash. I can't even tell you the last time I got a car wash for Nightwing, but it was ridiculous, the amount of dirt and dog hair, and of course when Jocelyn spilt the nachos, there was a lot of debris to pick up there. So yeah, there we go. I have a couple of polls going right now for the Huskies on my community tab on my channel. You guys can please go ahead and give your input on that if you haven't already. First one is how long the, actually the first one is, I forgot what the first one was. Oh yeah, the first one was the 92 development thing. Oh wow. And the second one is how long the quarter links should be for the quarters, obviously. If you guys haven't commented on that, go for it. I'd love your input on both of them, and thank you in advance. So, we have a few topics to talk about. Happy National Chocolate Pudding Day, or National Take Your Dog to Work Day. If I had known that, I would have taken Chandler to do work with me today. We processed flowers, and that's pretty much all we did today. I got back from lunch, and we had to mop the floors, and that's pretty much it. They let me go a little early. They let me go like an hour and a half early today because I wanted to get home and start packing and start taking care of shit. And because Jocelyn and I are going to go to New Mexico for a couple of days. We're leaving tonight, and we are coming back Sunday night. So Friday, Saturday, so 3 days. We get 3 days to ourselves. No dogs, no fireworks in the neighborhood, no nothing. Maybe I can actually get some sleep because I haven't been sleeping very well lately. And my Fitbit keeps yelling at me to get some sleep. So, there's one topic I wanted to talk about. Okay, so the other day I was on Facebook, and I'd seen that Black Veil Brides posted a statement. Now, I thought of one of two things. Either one, they were going to do the what everybody's been doing, and that's the Black Lives Matter thing. You know, we're all in this together, you know, all that good stuff. Or two, that they were going to have a statement about, like, maybe they're delaying something, like they're re-stitch these wounds is something that they're working on. They're re-recording their entire first album, and it is luckily coming out July 30th. So, happy about that. So that wasn't it. They didn't cancel that. It was to talk about how they are being accused by a former band member. They didn't specify, but there's one of two options. Actually, there's multiple options. Black Veil Brides was actually a band that had a few members before they got big, and then they all left, or Andy fired them. Anyway, doesn't matter. So it's looking like it's Ashley Purdy. Ashley is starting some shit, apparently, because Ashley has been accused by multiple women of sexual assault, and so I guess he decided to drag his former bandmates down with him, saying, oh, well, they did it too, they did this, they did that. And so Black Veil Brides posted a statement saying, like, we don't do that. We don't sexually assault people. Like, we are free and clear. You can check, you know. It's just pretty much a former band member trying to start some shit. So that's pretty much all that it pretty much said. And then I went and did a little research today because I had some free time at work. Like, when I say free time, I had like 5 minutes. So I Googled Ashley Purdy, and the first thing that came up was that multiple women had accused him of sexual assault. One of them was a 17-year-old, which, depending on what state he was in, that's illegal. That's endangerment of a child, I believe. One woman said that they started talking on Instagram, and he, I guess, forced them to meet. So when they met, like, apparently from the very beginning, from the get-go, he was being verbally abusive and physically abusive, and pretty much had his way with her, apparently multiple times. And it's just it doesn't look good, especially Ashley Purdy trying to get a solo career established, because he's no longer in Black Veil Brides. There are a few reasons. Apparently, one avenue you can explore is Andy kicked Ashley out because he was a troublemaker and alcoholic and had a drug problem, and he had to go to rehab, so they kicked him out of the band. Another one is that Ashley said that they kicked him out because they didn't want him anymore, and he was again a troublemaker and everything. And then the third one is that they mutually parted ways, which, if you've ever been in a band, if you've ever been in a group or whatever, you don't mutually part ways most of the time unless there's a reason that you guys parted ways. So I don't know who to believe. I'd like to believe that nobody is accused of sexual assault, especially Ashley Purdy, who is my favorite member of Black Veil Brides when he was there. And I'm sure Lonnie's probably going to be a hell of a fill-in. And so yeah, there you go, little band drama. And speaking of Black Veil Brides, I actually created it many moons ago. I created a playlist on my Spotify called Legion of the Black. It's a pretty much my favorite Black Veil Brides songs, and it's 30 songs. It's almost 2 hours long, and so if you guys want me to release that to the public, there you go. Answer me that question if you guys want me to release it. I still got to work on cover art for it, though. I like to make my own cover art instead of just stealing somebody else's. But yeah, so I updated that today. I added, I think, 5 more tracks to that today. So it expanded from 25 to 30, and that includes the Restitch These Wounds single of Sweet Blasphemy. It sounds badass. Sonically, it's way better than their original, which is the reason that they're redoing this, because it pretty much, the entire first album, a few songs pretty much just sound like demos that they just like threw onto the wall and see if it stuck, and like, okay, yeah, I guess sonically it sounds okay. And so they threw it on the wall and it stuck. So they're like, okay, we'll put in Sweet Blasphemy, we'll put in this, we'll put in that. I can't wait. If Sweet Blasphemy sounds that good, I can't wait to hear some of my favorite tracks off of it. Children's Surrender, and obviously Knives and Pins is a big one, and Perfect Weapon's a big hit for them. I can't wait to hear that, if it sounds just as good as Sweet Blasphemy did. And I'm really excited about July 30th to have Restitch These Wounds available. I think I'm actually going to do what I did with Veil. For $25 you can get a autographed copy of the album. I think I'm going to do that and then download it on Spotify. Support your favorite artist, and hopefully I can. That's what I want to do. So there's that. If you guys, like I said, if you guys want to hear that, you guys want to see it, what my favorites are, what tracks I like, there you go. For those of you that don't give a shit about Black Veil Brides, like, okay, Colin, move along. So here we go. We're going to move along. I also wanted to talk about real quick some of the issues that we're having right now with the United States. The coronavirus, once again, is rearing its ugly head because all these states that have reopened are now testing highly positive. Texas being one of them, my home state and where I am currently, has the amount of people that have tested positive is ridiculous. So we kind of put a hold on the whole reopening thing. So bars had to close that at noon today. Anybody that is having an event more than 100 people have to get approved by the city, apparently, to have the event. Restaurants are now at 50% capacity. Some people say that we opened too soon, and I tend to kind of agree with them that we opened a little too soon. I'm anxious to go eat at restaurants and to go see movies in theaters and, do this and do that, but maybe we need to pull it back a little bit. I say that as we're leaving for New Mexico today. But yeah, just keep being safe, keep being smart, and in all honesty, apparently if you get it, you can get it again. So if I get it again, if it's the exact same way that it happened to me the first time, okay, I'm not really worried about it. But somebody else could get it, and that could be very worrisome. Like somebody like my grandmother, who if she just simply gets bronchitis, it's game over for her. Yeah, so I just wanted to tell you guys that. And regardless of what the media is telling you, California is also increasing in positive test results. California gets a pass when it comes to stuff. Me being from Texas, I always had that rivalry with California. Pretty much if it weren't for the Los Angeles Lakers, I would say just cut California off and let it go hang out with Hawaii out there in the ocean. But that doesn't happen. Or make it part of Mexico. Like, Mexico can have California for all I care. Or California can become its own nation and drastically fail. Sorry, salty. I'm a Texan. My ego, my love for Texas comes before California, obviously. 49 states, though, that's a weird number. We might be able to get one of the Dakotas. Or, yeah, both Dakotas or... the Dakotas or Carolinas, to combine and become one state. That way it'll be an even number. That way my OCD's happy. But I don't know, 50 states is a nice round state. Or nice round number. But anyway. And the media's not going to tell you this. I'm sorry. I'm going to vent a little bit. The reason that all these positive tests are increasing is because of the riots. It's because of the protests going on. People were not practicing social distancing. I saw people wearing masks and stuff, but the social distancing, no, there were people side by side, like a wall of people in multiple protests that I saw. Not physically, but I saw like on TV, saw YouTube, all that stuff. That's the reason. Houston had that funeral for George Floyd, the memorial for George Floyd. Florida, you got your beaches, you got people hanging out and having a good time, cranking the music, cranking the beer, whatever. And then California it's California. Anything that they do extreme. So, sorry, I'm bashing California today, guys. I'm sorry. Wow. Overrated. California's just overrated, in my opinion. And that's coming from a Texan. So, yee. So, yeah. That's what they're not going to tell you. They're going to tell you that, because it's a red state and it's reopened and everything, that's the reason that it is, because it's a Republican state. Texas is a Republican state, and the reopening is what screwed us. It might be something to do with that, but also the protests and the riots and stuff like that. And if anybody can go up to Seattle, if you test positive for the coronavirus, if you can go up to Seattle and go give Chaz Chop, whatever, a visit and get all those SOBs sick, I'd greatly appreciate it, because they're terrible. The mayor and the governor of the state of Washington should be ashamed of themselves. If it was a red state, one and done, would have been taken care of. But no, it's the summer of love. Sorry, guys, this is my political rant for the day. I apologize. But anyway, I have a couple questions that I have to answer. I misunderstood Trontasia's question. Apparently he asked me about space. I think it's a game. I don't have an opinion on that because I've never really heard of it or played it. So, don't have an opinion on that. And then he asked me if I like run and gun games. Some games, yeah, like I played Dead Space way back when. My wife for a while was addicted to Borderlands 3, so I played Borderlands 3 with her for a few days. And yeah, that's fun. You just clear out an area, you advance, you clear out an area, you advance, clear out an area, you advance, and then you play the boss, and then you clear that out, and you go back, and sometimes there are more enemies, sometimes there's not. But yeah, run and gun games are cool, a little different than what I grew up playing. I grew up playing Pokemon and Super Mario 64 were my two. Those were my two aces in the holes, was Pokemon and Super Mario 64. God, I love those games. But yeah, and then also Steven asked me a question that I already kind of answered last night, and that was about the Jets wanting Lyle Collins pretty much for Jamal Adams. And now I just want draft picks for a player, not player for player and draft picks. Yeah, so that's just my opinion on that. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I got it. English, it's a hell of a drug. I got shit to do before I leave, and still got to go get some packing done and get the dogs, corralled in here, and they're going to be shipped to my grandma's for 3 days. So pray for my dogs, y'all, because I think this is the longest that they're going to be away from home for an extended period of time. So anyway, let's just go for that. All right, just pray, that everything works out okay, and pray that we get there safely, because I'm driving there tonight. And so I might be cranking my Legion of the Black playlist, or I might be cranking one of my church playlists, which I'm already working on Church 7, y'all, and I haven't even released Church 6. What the hell's the matter with me? But anyway, guys, thank y'all so much once again for dropping by, and always remember my little piglets, Colin Porkchop loves y'all the most. Y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time, which is tomorrow. It's probably going to be from my hotel room. Bye, guys!